Hi, Cindy here with another fitness tip, and for today I'm going to be talking about binds. And binds are a little bit more challenging for quite a few people, and there's actually a couple of things that you want to keep in mind with when you go into binds. The first one is make sure that you're nice and warmed up. You don't want to go into these cold. This is what we would call the peak of your practice. Secondly, when you go into binds, there's two aspects of it that you really need to pay attention to. The first is how you're twisting, because all binds have a twist to them. And the second thing is opening up the shoulders. And so for those warm-ups, I really suggest doing a lot of twisting type activities, twisting the spine, as well as a lot of shoulder work to open up the shoulders before you go into your binds. What I'm going to be showing you today is a sequence in which you can do to prepare yourself step by step to go into the bind. So what we're going to do is we're first going to go into a Warrior Two pose. So with your Warrior Two, we'll go into our Warrior Two first, and you'll hold this for probably about anywhere from 10 to maybe as long as 30 seconds. And again, this can be part of your warm-up. You certainly don't want to go in cold into a Warrior Two. You probably want to warm up a little bit from that. But you're going to do this on both sides for demonstration purposes. I'll just do the one side. But in your Warrior Two, as you're holding this, a couple of things to keep in mind. This is a dynamic pose. And what you want to do is really start to also open up the hips. And so you want to make sure you look down, and if that knee is in just a little bit, you want to bring that knee out towards the pinky toe. And that helps to really open up the hips here. So once you've been in your Warrior and you do that on both sides, the next step in going into your bind is going to be first going into Warrior Two, but then bending the elbow here. We don't want to slump in. We want to use the core muscles here and bring the upper arm up overhead, and then start to really open up here. Use the shoulder and bring that shoulder back. So this is step two, and again, you're going to hold this for anywhere from 15 to probably 30 seconds. And then when you come up out of it, of course, you'll want to do that on the other side. The third step to this is then, again, go into your Warrior, but this time bring the hand behind you. So I've got my hand at the lower back area here. So you'll go into your Warrior Two, but then this time, bring your hand down towards the floor. Now, if your hand doesn't touch the floor yet, then what you want to do is get yourself a block and use the block to set yourself up. First in your Warrior Two, come down, and then hold the block. Eventually, you want to be able to come down to the floor. And once you're here, again, you really want to open up in the shoulder. And again, you'll do that on both sides. And then come up out of it. And then the fourth step in that is, of course, going into the bind. So we start again. Go into your Warrior Two. Bend that elbow. Come down. Bring that elbow and shoulder back. And then from here, see if you can move into the bind. And then we come back into our Warrior Two and then down. So that's step-by-step, progression by progression, how to get into a bind. My name is Cindy Bartz. I have an online studio where I teach both private as well as group classes. And for more information, please visit my website at cindybartz.com.